5 things women crave from a man they adore. The secrets of a woman's heart aren't locked behind expensive gifts or carefully rehearsed lines. They live in the silent spaces, between words and gestures, in what's felt but never spoken, and in the presence of a man who dares to truly see her, not just as an idea, but as a living, breathing soul. Today, we reveal what women truly crave from a man they adore. Not what culture tells us, not what ego whispers to us, but what quietly fuels devotion, respect, and a love that endures. What women crave most, beyond cravings to core values. It's easy to mistake surface desires for what truly sustains love. Affection is wonderful, but it isn't everything. Attraction matters, but it fades if nothing deeper holds it in place. What women crave are not passing whims, but reflections of a man's character, a presence that steadies her heart, a spirit that challenges and uplifts her soul, a promise not just spoken, but lived. 1. Emotional connection. The courage to feel above all. Women long for emotional intimacy, not endless talking, but authentic sharing. To feel that behind your strength, there's a heart willing to be seen. To trust that when she reveals her softness, it won't be met with silence or discomfort. It's about vulnerability without fear, empathy without judgment, and listening, not to fix her, but to understand her. This is how a woman feels safe enough to open her entire world to you. 2. A strong foundation. Respect, integrity, commitment. Love can't grow where respect doesn't exist. She wants to know you value her thoughts, her space, and her voice. Integrity, it's your compass, keeping your word, no matter how small. In a world of empty promises, it's your consistency that builds unshakable trust. And commitment, not just in words, but in the way you show up daily, choosing her again and again, even on the days love feels like work. 3. Shared experiences, building a life together. What makes love unforgettable isn't grand gestures. It's the quiet mornings, inside jokes, and unexpected adventures. She craves a man who says, let's create memories, not just routines. Laughter in the mundane, support in the difficult, and the simple joy of dreaming out loud together. 4. Beyond the surface, seeing her true essence. She wants to be seen, really seen, past appearances, past labels, past the story she sometimes hides behind, to recognize her quiet strength, to admire the battle she's fought to become who she is. True adoration comes not from praising perfection, but from cherishing her imperfections as parts of her beauty. 5. Security and growth, love as an evolving journey. A woman craves a man who makes her feel safe, emotionally and spiritually, not by controlling or shielding, but by standing beside her through life's storms. Someone who believes love isn't static, but alive. A journey of becoming together. She wants to know your love is strong enough to handle change, brave enough to weather conflict, and humble enough to grow. In the end, what women truly crave isn't mystery or mind games. It isn't the chase that burns bright and then disappears. What they long for is a presence that feels real, a love that whispers, you don't have to perform, hide, or shrink to be wanted here. They crave a man whose strength is quiet, but unshakable, whose words match his actions, so trust doesn't need to be begged for. It becomes the natural language you both speak. They crave someone who can see beyond the masks she wears for the world, and love the soul underneath, messy, imperfect, beautiful in his raw humanity. They crave a partner who understands that love isn't something you fall into by accident, but something you choose over and over through seasons of ease and seasons of trial. To adore a woman truly is to walk beside her through doubt and joy alike, to keep your heart open even when it feels easier to close, to hold space for her softness, and to let your own softness speak too. It is the courage to say, I will not love you only when it's easy. I will love you when it's inconvenient, when it's confusing, when it asks more of me than I plan to give. And she, in turn, will meet you there with her loyalty, her grace, and a devotion that cannot be forced but must be inspired. True love, in its deepest form, isn't loud or dramatic. It is steady, patient, rooted in respect and watered daily with kindness. It is the understanding that a relationship is not a prize you win, but a living garden you tend, season after season. So if you take nothing else from this, remember this. What a woman truly craves isn't the man who shines the brightest in a crowded room, but the man who, when the lights go out, still chooses to see her, still chooses to stay, still chooses to grow. Because in the end, love isn't about possession. It's about partnership. It's about becoming better together and never losing yourself in the process. That is what women truly crave from a man they adore. And that is what makes love not just something you feel, but something you live.